where China wins the game of dominance. Even though REEs aren't rare, the reason other countries failed and China won is a simple recipe. REEs are abundant, but producing them from their deposits is not easy. Also, the process of separating and refining them is extremely complex. It requires highly specialized technology, expensive equipment, and toxic chemical processing, a combination that most countries abandon because of high costs and serious environmental risks. And that's exactly where China stepped in and took over. As always, China ignored environmental concerns, and it used its decades-old ability to scale production to massive levels. Today, this monopoly has reached insane levels. As of 2025, China controls more than 90% of the world's rare earth processing capacity, 69% of the world's rare earth ore production, 85% of the world's purified light REEs, and a staggering 100% of heavy REE refining. This means China doesn't just dominate the rare earth industry, it owns the entire value chain, from mine to motor. This gives it unmatched power over the global supply chain. China doesn't just sell these resources, it controls the levers that can stop entire industries overnight. And if you think more people need to understand that kind of power, well, hit like and subscribe. It helps push stories like this beyond the algorithm and past the silence. But before China took over, it was the United States that dominated the rare earth market for much of the second half of the 20th century. Sounds surprising, right? It all began in 1949, when explorers discovered rich deposits in Mountain Pass, California. By the 1960s, the mine became the world's top source for rare earths, especially europium, which made color televisions possible. These rare earths also powered early medical scanners, lasers, fluorescent lights, and microchips, making Mountain Pass a strategic asset for the US defense and tech industries. But while America mined, China observed. As early as the 1960s, Chinese executives visited Mountain Pass, quietly studying US mining technology. Then, with cheap electricity and loose environmental laws, China began building its own rare earth infrastructure, not just mines, but refineries and research labs. At first, the industry in China was chaotic. Hundreds of small, unregulated firms undercutting each other. But behind the scenes, Beijing had a strategy. By the 1980s, China was already outpacing the US in rare earth patents and research. In 1983, it filed its first REE patent, and in just 14 years, it surpassed the US, which had been working on them since the 1950s. From 1985 to 1995, China's rare earth mining production surged, from just 8.5 thousand metric tons to roughly 48,000 metric tons, while its share of global mining output grew from 21.4% to 60.1%. Meanwhile, in the US, things started falling apart. In 1980, rare earths were mistakenly classified under the same regulations as thorium, a mildly radioactive element. That decision led to a regulatory nightmare. This meant mining and processing them